Fear is one of the most misunderstood forces in human life. Most people think fear is the enemy, something negative, something to be avoided. But fear itself is not the problem. Fear is a signal. Fear is feedback. Fear is simply your mind and body preparing you for something unfamiliar. The real problem begins when fear becomes the decision maker of your life. Think about it. Every major regret people carry has fear behind it. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough, fear of losing comfort. And slowly, silently, fear shrinks lives. Not in dramatic ways, but in small daily choices. Not speaking up, not trying, not starting, not becoming. Fear is strongest when you stand still. The moment you hesitate, fear grows louder. The moment you delay, fear multiplies. But the moment you move, fear begins to lose its grip. Because fear feeds on imagination, not reality. And action brings you back to reality. Most people wait for fear to disappear before they act. But fear does not disappear first. Action comes first. Courage comes after. Confidence comes after. Clarity comes after. If you wait to feel fearless, you will wait forever. The goal is not to eliminate fear. The goal is to move forward with fear. Fear shows up whenever you are about to grow. If you feel fear, it means you are standing at the edge of expansion. Comfort never creates growth. Certainty never creates greatness. Growth lives on the other side of fear. The brain is designed to protect you, not to make you successful. It wants certainty, familiarity, safety. So when you try something new, your brain sends fear signals to stop you. Not because you are in danger, but because you are in unfamiliar territory. If you obey those signals blindly, you stay small. If you understand them, you rise. Fear asks one question: what if this goes wrong? Powerful people ask a different question: what if this goes right? And even more powerful is this question: what will it cost me if I don't act? Fear always lies about the future. It exaggerates pain and minimizes possibility. It shows you worst-case scenarios and hides best-case outcomes. And if you keep listening, you begin to live a life based on avoiding pain instead of pursuing purpose. Human beings are driven by two forces: pain and pleasure. Fear is pain-focused. It keeps you running away from discomfort. But fulfillment comes from purpose, growth, contribution. When your purpose becomes stronger than your fear, fear loses control. Look at the moments in your life when you felt most alive. They were not moments of safety. They were moments when you stretched yourself, when you took a risk, when you stepped into the unknown. Fear was present, but it did not win. Fear does not mean stop. Fear means prepare. Fear means focus. Fear means you care. The problem is not fear itself, but the story you tell yourself about fear. If you tell yourself fear means danger, you retreat. If you tell yourself fear means growth, you advance. Your state determines your relationship with fear. When your body is weak, your posture collapsed, your breathing shallow, fear feels overwhelming. Change your physiology, and fear changes instantly. Stand strong. Breathe deeply. Move your body. Energy changes emotion. Emotion changes perception. Perception changes decisions. Fear cannot survive in a powerful state. That is why action is the fastest way to break fear. Movement shifts focus. Focus shifts emotion. Emotion shifts behavior. Most fears are not about reality. They are about identity. What will people think? What if I look stupid? What if I fail? But failure does not destroy identity. Avoidance does. Regret does. Living below your potential does. You are not afraid of failure. You are afraid of what failure might say about you. But failure says nothing about who you are. It only gives feedback about what works and what doesn't. Feedback is power. Fear thrives in isolation. When you keep fear inside your head, it grows. When you bring it into action, it shrinks. When you speak it out loud, it loses authority. Your past does not define your capacity to handle fear. Every time you faced something difficult and survived, you became stronger. You have proof that you can handle more than you think. But fear makes you forget that evidence. Fear makes small problems feel permanent and big problems feel personal. But nothing is permanent except growth when you keep moving. The question is not whether fear will show up. It will. The question is, who will be in control when it does? Fear or you? If fear is driving your decisions, it is driving your destiny. But when you decide that fear will no longer be the boss of your life, everything changes. Fear may still ride in the car, but it no longer gets to hold the steering wheel. Courage is not loud. Courage is not dramatic. Courage is simply doing what needs to be done, even when fear is present. And every time you act despite fear, you weaken its power over you. Fear disappears through proof. Proof comes from action. Every small win builds confidence. Every kept promise strengthens belief. And slowly, fear stops feeling like a wall and starts feeling like a doorway. You do not need to conquer all your fears at once. You only need to face the next one. One conversation, one decision, one step forward. Momentum builds strength. The life you want is on the other side of the fears you are avoiding. The growth you want is behind the discomfort you keep postponing. And the version of you that you admire already exists on the other side of fear. One day, fear will no longer scare you. It will excite you, because you will recognize it as a sign that you are moving in the right direction. Do not wait for fear to leave. Walk with it. Use it. Channel it. Let it sharpen your focus instead of stealing your future. Because fear is not here to stop you. Fear is here to test you. And the moment you stop letting fear decide your life, you step into your true power.